Okay, this is the project we're going to do today. I'm going to call this one the Snowy Road. And I did this using a photograph that somebody had posted on to a Facebook group. And this is the original photograph that I took inspiration from. Okay, and these are the stamps that were used. This one is the Stampscapes 382F. This is the Stonewall 1 left. This one is Stampscapes 383F, Stonewall 1 right. Stampscapes 374E, Dirt Road small. This one is Stampscapes from the Nature Set 12. And this one is from the Nature Set 15, again Stampscapes. This one's from the Stampscapes Nature Set 13. This little bow stamp, which I used for the snowy leaves on the trees, is from Art Impressions Foliage Set 2, that's number 4867. And to try and fix the sun, I used this stamp, which is from the MSE M122 back of card set. And then these are the supplies and inks and whatnot that were used. If you need to, you can pause and read this over. But let's begin. Okay, I've stamped out a practice session on some scrap paper, and I've set up most of my stamps in some stamp positioners to make it a little easier. And so I'm going to stamp up the two walls with some Memento London Fog ink. Okay, next I'm going to stamp the road, again in London Fog. Okay, and next I'll stamp in the trees. And I'm actually going to mask off the walls here. I'm going to use some Memento Tuxedo Black for the trees. Okay, and next, using a 10mm punch, I punched out a mask for the sun. And I've also made a template here. And then I'm going to use some masking fluid. Okay, I'm going to add some blue to the sky now. I'm going to use some Stampin Up Brocade Blue. This is an older color. And I'm going to use a stylus because what I usually use is dirty. Next I'll use some Distress Oxide. This is Faded Jeans. Okay, I'm going to restamp the trees. Okay, I'm going to stamp some snowy branches on the trees. I'm going to use some Hero Arts Unicorn White Pigment ink. And I'm going to use this stamp from from Art Impressions. It's from I think it's the Foliage Set 2. And I'm just going to stamp the part with the twigs. I'm going to try and avoid stamping the branchy part of it. And so we'll just come here and just okay, I'm going to try and dry this pigment ink because I want to remove the masks now. I should have done that really before I started adding the pigment ink. Okay, now I will try and remove it, but I have a feeling what's going to happen is that the pigment ink is going to smear. Okay, now I will restamp these. Okay, now I'll use my Fantastix to add some more to these limbs. Okay, I want to continue this down here because the stamp didn't quite go there, so I'm going to use my Memento London Fog again. Okay, I am going to attempt to put some shadows in here from the trees. I'm trying to hit as much as I can this particular picture, and there's shadows in the trees here, and I really hope this doesn't screw things up. I'm going to use another one of my little Fantastix, and I will just okay, and one more time I'm going to restamp the walls here. Since I restamped it, I am going to have to add the snow back in. Okay, this has been allowed to dry overnight, and I don't think I'm going to do anything else to it other than spray it with the clear acrylic spray, but I am going to take a Cobalt Copic multi-liner just so that I can sign my name. I don't think anything else would take with all this pigment ink here, so. Okay, and this is the final product after it's been sprayed. I maybe sprayed a little bit too much on. From what I understand, when you're using pigment ink, you should only give a very light spraying to begin with. So I think a little bit of the pigment ink maybe had dissolved with that first layer. I did do multiple layers, but I probably put too much on for the first layer. But anyway, this is the final work, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!